Over to get it, just get it. Ain't just on me, it's in me. I speak the truth, I'm a realist. I ain't just dedicated, I'm committed. Pull up white polo, T-palm, Angel Sweat, VVS, baguette. They know our next. Locked down 23 hours, 1 hour wreck. Look at me now, everything.
Welcome, y'all. We here now. STWF Studios. Happy Flex Friday, y'all. Today's Slaughta FiT. If you're not prepping your meals, prepare your excuses. Let's talk about nutrition, people. Food can be your poison or your medicine. Food could be your best friend or your worst enemy. A lot of times, I was talking to a lady today about some online training, and she was mentioning how I love to eat. You know how women love to eat. We all do, but I had to think about something. Women are more emotional eaters. So bad food is just like a bad best friend. Bad food is comforting you, but it's hurting you. You might have one of those best friends where you only come to them with your problems and some mess, and they all over it. Girl, you should do this and that. But when it comes to a business plan, supporting your business, helping you lose the weight, she more than likely to tell you, man, bump that. Life is short. Let's go get that fried chicken. Or I see you trying to eat right and always bring junk food around you. So just because something is comforting you don't mean it's good. So for you ladies out there and men like comfort food too. When it get cold outside, I try my best to replicate mama's chicken and dumplings. Still can't quite do it the way she did it, but that's my comfort food. So don't find comfort in flavored poison, people, because what's making you comfortable now is gonna make you miserable later. I run into a lot of young men and women, I won't say a lot, but more than I should. When I talk to them about working out nutrition, some of them 23, 24, 25, 27 years old have never worked out in their life. Don't even look that bad. Don't believe in healthy eating and working out. So what happens is, in life, you take care of business, a business is gonna take care of you. So for those people that, life is short, man, I ain't eating that rabbit food. Man, I ain't finna strain out, man. Y'all crazy going through all that at the gym. I don't know how many people, and I'm not making this up, 18, 19 years ago, really thought I was strange, especially 30 some years ago when I was in high school baking baked potatoes in the oven. Man, this dude tripping, but he disciplined. I don't know how many people back then who was just not with it. Bruh, to each his own. We all gonna die. I'm finna eat this fat burger. I'm finna eat this Williams chicken. Right now, the doctor has, the ones that haven't died, the doctors have put them on the same thing I was doing back in high school. Now they have to eat like that. But guess what? They still not gonna get the results me and others have because they have poisoned their bodies for so long. Now instead of thriving, they can just do enough to miserably stay alive and live because of years of drinking carbonated drinks, years of eating saturated fried food, years of eating white starch, sugar, stuff like that. People, I'm a real dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, you can always be better than you are today. So many of us in many phases of life, you have literally went beyond the point of no return. That doesn't mean you can't return to some functionality, but you'll never look amazing if you've been obese your whole life. You're gonna have too much hanging skin. You ain't gonna never be tip top if you smoke and drink for 40, 50 years and then you stop. Yes, that's gonna prolong your life. Yes, your skin is gonna look healthier once you stop drinking alcohol and drinking more water. Yes, you're gonna feel better, but you will never be the same as a person who lived a healthy life most or all their life. But today I'm talking to the real people like me that do drink occasionally, that have not, even though I love working out and I have lived healthier than the average person. I know fitness competitors who my lifestyle is like, they look at my lifestyle and be like, bruh, you eating all those carbs? Bro, you drinking vodka more than twice a week? Bro, you eat this and that? So there's different levels. I'm not a licensed nutritionist. I'm not a licensed dietitian, but I do know basics. So y'all can breathe a sigh of relief because I'm not finna get so super technical that y'all gonna miss it. I'm gonna keep it plain and simple because the stuff that I'm doing, the stuff that's worked for me, you don't have to go hire a licensed dietitian. You can use common sense and the basics. Protein, chicken, fish, turkey, lean beef. And I will throw bison in that lean beef category. So that's your proteins: chicken, fish, turkey, bison, even veal, some deer, lamb, stuff like that. That's your proteins. But just to keep it simple, chicken, fish, turkey. Can't go wrong with that. You ain't got to remember every animal on Noah's Ark. Chicken, fish, turkey. Vegetables, green vegetables, broccoli. We're going to stop and talk about broccoli because broccoli has estrogen blockers in it. Broccoli is also a food that is known to enhance testosterone levels naturally. So broccoli is like a superfood. And people, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, if you boiling the broccoli in water, then throwing cheese on it, you've boiled all the nutritional value out of it, and then throwing the dairy on it, you basically just eating cheese and you eating the broccoli just for the texture. You should steam your broccoli or eat it raw. When you do that, what is the benefits of eating something that has estrogen blockers? If you block estrogen, you build testosterone. That will improve your bedroom game. That will make you naturally leaner. Testosterone, especially in men, will make you do more man type shit. Build stuff, challenge yourself, lift stuff, do something that your woman can't do. Get up there and fix that roof. Seriously, testosterone will make you want to go. It's a scientific fact that people with high testosterone levels seek and love challenges. Why do so many young men join the military, 18, 19 years old, play football where they got to work out 2 a day, they got to hit so hard? When your testosterone filled, challenges feel good. That is a true statement. Why else would you want to increase your testosterone level through nutrition? It definitely affects your bedroom game. I went through this period of time where I was hot and heavy with this lady, and I was knocking it out the park. Boom! And let me tell you something. Back then, you know, I had 1 or 2. The other lady I was kind of kicking it with, she didn't like that lean six-pack look. She wanted to put some weight on me. Started feeding me Mexican food, tortillas. Oh, man, yeah. She liked the dude kind of husky with a gut, kind of like I am now. But she liked him kind of heavy. And shit, I'm like, man, you know what? It was hard to turn down some good Mexican food. But in a 3-month period of eating white tortillas, stuff like that, tortillas are terrible for you. Just eating refried beans. In 3 months, there's a show where trainers get fat on purpose just to see what it's like. Man, I felt like I was on that show. But the funny thing is, no joke, no pun intended, real talk. The super bad one that I was knocking out the park, she let me know that not only did I physically get out of shape, but I was no longer knocking it out the park. I was striking out. I was hitting foul balls, was not pleasing her. And I was like, man, I was wondering, but it really affected every part of my life. It made me feel more sluggish. Bedroom game suffered. My workout suffered. My mind state suffered. When you are in tune, people, imagine a vehicle where everything, the motor's good, the transmission's good, the power steering, the alignment. If everything is good, the car's gonna run amazing. It's gonna run smooth. But if one thing, especially a major part, is out of line, the whole car, it won't start. I can't go over 50 without losing control. The transmission is dragging. People about to knock my tail off when I enter traffic because it won't pick up speed in time. That's exactly how your body is. Even though it's not easy eating right, even though it takes some discipline that some of us really don't have, just being honest. Sometimes I don't have it. Even though it takes more discipline to eat like this or eat like that, the benefits, one thing you're gonna find in life, anything worth having is hard to get. If it came without pain, it probably ain't worth shit. That is one thing you will find in life. If it's easy, go. Who wants to be a lawyer? All you have to do is pass the bar. And I heard that is something else. Who wants to be a drunk? All you have to do is go to the bar. It takes no effort to be sorry. It takes no effort to lose. It takes no effort to squander away your youth, your genetics, your talents, your health. That don't take nothing at all. All you have to do is just keep pulling up to the drive-through window. You don't have to smoke. You don't have to drink. Just keep eating this poison that's causing cancers in your body, and you might as well smoke and drink. Your food can be your medicine or your poison. If you are not prepping your meals, prepare your excuses, especially if you're trying to do a photo shoot, you're trying to do any type of competition. If you just told your spouse, I'm gonna lose X amount of weight, I'm gonna be the bum by July, go ahead and prepare your excuse. Well, I was working late. Well, you did keep making that peach cobbler, you know I couldn't resist. People that don't prepare their meals, the only thing they can come with is excuses. And excuses are useless. So this right here, people, these are just some meal prep containers. I'm not doing the whole show with the broccoli and kale chips and this and that, but I'm just gonna let you know, if you see anybody packing this, you know they're real with it. People, if you're not prepping your meals, you really are playing. You might not know it, but anyone who's ever achieved optimum fitness, and we're not talking about those genetic freaks that never work out, eat anything they want, roll out of bed, shred it with a six-pack. People, yes, some people like that do exist. They were just blessed like that. They can still die young from high blood pressure and this and that from eating bad. They just never get fat. Most of us, especially once our metabolism slow down, start getting 25, 30, 35, 40, really 30. Over 30, if you're not prepping your meals, you will never, ever be that big dog you want to be. You will never be top anything, top 5, top 10. Not when it get gritty, not when it really count. When you start dealing with people on a higher level, the higher the level, the higher competition. And when I mean higher level, if you are in the sports, if you are in the fitness, or fitness is your business, that's another thing. You don't have to be a competitor. If fitness is your business and your competitors look amazing, they walk it like they talk it, they look the part, and they got that show in that go, then unless you got the super gift of gab, which some people do, that's gonna be a hard battle to win. That's gonna be, you can just expect to take second, third, fourth, or fifth place. You can expect to be obsolete. If your competition is on top of theirs and you're not on top of yours, you don't have to be hitting the stage. But if you're doing podcasts or you're doing fitness stuff on Instagram, if you in the mirror, whatever, saying I'm a trainer, and if you're not looking the part, it's gonna show if you got holes in your game. Prepping your meals, people, that's the only way to make it to that next level. If you're not prepping your meals, you're lying to yourself. Something that happens sometimes, the other day at the studio, I came in, they had a little pizza or whatever. That happens in everyday life. And I tell people, that was one day I had to work at the gym, so I had my food ready. Had I not had that food ready, the ground turkey and broccoli, I would have gladly had a piece or two. So that's another thing. It's like preparation. If you know you're finna be in a situation where you tempted, if you already got your tools to overcome it, then you're less likely to cheat. So let's talk about, I'm gonna run it all together because I broke it up. Again, we're gonna talk about the protein, veggies, and carbs. Protein, chicken, fish, turkey. Veggies, broccoli, spinach leaves, asparagus, green beans. Your carbs, red potatoes. You can have a little jasmine rice, you can have wild rice, brown rice. I would say for your carbs, your total carbs, red potatoes, oatmeal, a little jasmine rice, and a bagel from time to time. Those could be your carbs. And if you really just want to keep it simple, A lot of people, including me, had always put sweet potatoes on the diet programs. I know many bodybuilders that do, but technology is steady evolving. That's the one thing about people. Yeah, people can be messed up. Yeah, this world is this and that, but you got to give yourself a pat on the back if you're a human being. We have never settled. We went from no phones to house phones to pay phones to cell phones, satellite phones, and we've done the same thing with discovering stuff about our bodies and food that we thought was good. Y'all do your own research on this. Again, disclaimer, I am not a licensed dietitian. I'm telling you what's worked for me and a lot of the people that I've dealt with. And studies seems to have been showing that sweet potatoes and white rice that has not been browned with the starch cooked out of it is not good for people with pigmentation in their skin. Yes, just like different animals take on different characteristics depending on the demographics or where they're from, lions in one part of the country get bigger than lions in another part of the country. It's fact. Bears in one part of the country get bigger. Goats, sheep, birds, bats, people. If you look at Samoans, if you look at people from Iceland, Finland, man, these dudes, I see a lot of them at these strongman contests. Like, man, what are they? 6'9", 340, 6'10", 405. Ginormous Samoans. There's certain people, depending on where they're from, and studies show that most of those people that are ginormous, over the years, they've had access to protein-rich foods and protein-rich vegetables like broccoli and stuff like that. So what you eat will determine how you look, and it will definitely determine how you feel. But again, for all of those people, and y'all do your own research, the blood type diet, I have not delved deep into that. I'm a simple dude. You can even call me kind of lazy, which a lot of us are. And when I say lazy, if we can get something conveniently, why would we be inconvenienced? If you wanted to stop and grab a cigar, a burger, a beer, some water, some food or whatever, if you could zip in somewhere and do it for 3 minutes, why would you go out of your way to sit 30 minutes for the same result? And that's how we are. So when I say lazy, I'm not lazy to the point where I don't want to, but I'm not finna go research every nutrient. I'm a trainer, I'm not a dietitian. So what does molecules of this potato have in it? If I eat this, what's the effect? Well, my eye color, my blood type, I just like to keep it simple. So if y'all like me and just like to keep it simple, I do not measure my food. You instinctively know, and you can get with a trainer or a dietitian because portion size does matter. You shouldn't have, if you're trying to get in shape, you shouldn't have no ginormous plate of anything. But just to give y'all a basic idea of how I do it, if you look at this container right here, it has 2 compartments. I really like the containers that got 3, but these work for me. And the way we do it, in this one compartment right here, the smallest compartment is gonna have the carbs. Because the carbs are usually the thing that if you eat, if you're a smaller dude, you eat carbs, yes, it's gonna make you bigger. Carbs expand in your body, they expand the muscle. If you don't get lean that easy, you don't want that many carbs. So you would put carbs in the smaller portion here. This portion right here, this is where you would put your green vegetables, your broccoli and your turkey right here. And you could break your broccoli up throughout the turkey and fill this whole compartment up with turkey, not overflowing. And now if you're a female, of course, you wouldn't want to fill it up. But like I say, people, there's so much knowledge. I mean, there's so much information online. There's so many people that do meal prepping. You can go online, you can Google. There's 1,000 people in Arlington that do meal preps. I mean, so you can definitely check that out. But if y'all just want to keep it simple, people, portion sizes, protein about the size, if it's a piece of fish or turkey or chicken breast, about the size of your hand. Your carbs, about the size of your fist. The veggies, about the size of your palm. And those are just basic ways you can kind of do it without spending a ton on nutrition or a nutritionist or a diet program. And if you got the funds and got the ends, Right now, everybody's kind of, dealing with struggles. I'm sure there's great prices out there. But you can hit me up if you want basic nutrition information. Again, I'm not a licensed dietitian. But anytime I needed to get a six-pack or get somebody else to get lean and cut or to gain weight or to get stronger, it's always worked. For my spiritual people, my church people, use what God gave you. Fish, fruit, veggies, and birds. Fowls are there. What do they say? Fish of the sea, fowls are there. So that's kind of common sense. If you're on the spiritual tip, he's not saying eating hooved animals. He's not saying eating pork. Chicken, fish, fruit, vegetables, birds, basically. So if they got feathers, it's more like you should be able to eat it. Fish, one of the most healthiest food for you. And in nature, for the most part, if it was bad for you, it wouldn't grow. For the most part. You do have poison ivy. You do have certain plants that are not edible. You do have certain plants you can eat them and feel good than a mother. So, but that should let you know there's plants that can make you feel woozy. There's plants that can give you energy. Food is your poison or your medicine. It's just that simple. And nature does not provide a whole lot of poison. We poison ourselves with our food choices, with some of those habits we pick up. So nature and natural is what I believe in. When you're stressed out, get out the city, or in the city, go for a scenic walk where there's nature. Nature and natural just go together. I believe in being a natural athlete, even though some bodybuilders, which I don't knock them, they're getting the glory now from taking those roids and this and that. But boy, they have a plethora of health problems they don't talk about. Like I say again, to encourage the people that's never seen this show, sometimes I will repeat things and it's necessary. I train people that date bodybuilders. When they're taking those roids, hey, even with Viagra and Cialis, I've been told from these ladies, they still don't get all the way hard. They still don't get all the way up. And that's just the surface stuff. Not to mention the health problems that come with that. So if you can, people, stay natty and stay natural. And if you are going to get on some gear, be natural for as long as you can. And that way you won't put so much wear and tear on your body. And from what I've been told from bodybuilders, Ronnie Coleman was open with it. I mean, he said it on there. It's on his page, so I'm not exposing nothing. He won his pro card natural. That's what kind of genetics he had. Then he got on roids and became a monster and started winning Olympias because he couldn't compete with them guys without being on it. When Ronnie did his first natural Mr. Olympia, he took 16th or 19th place. What's his name? Big boy who should have been, it'll come to me, not Dexter Jackson, Flex Wheeler. Flex Wheeler, Ronnie asked Flex Wheeler straight up, man, what are you guys taking, man? And Flex Wheeler was like, call this dude. Ronnie said he called the dude, like, Flex, this dude ain't hit me back. He was like, that's how he is. Just trust me. Keep calling him. Keep texting him. It's going to take a minute. He'll hit you back. He hit Ronnie up, put Ronnie down on the program, those super supplements. Ronnie won the next Olympia. He went from 16th to 1st. So if you're going to go that route, I would encourage you not to. At least stay natty for as long as you can. We got these kids jumping off the porch, sticking needles in their butt at 15, 16 years old. By the time they are 28, there will be a 60-year-old man in the bedroom. And that's for real, bro. That's no joke. These kids taking steroids in their teens, bro, you better hope you got a strong tongue game because that hip game is going to be out of there. I'm very serious, guys. So if you are taking steroids at a young age, get you a cantaloupe, a piece of fruit, and practice that tongue game every day, because you're not going to be able to keep her. You're not going to be able to keep up with her. And it's funny, but I'm being serious, y'all. So don't forget, people, prep your food or prepare your excuses, because food is either our poison or our medicine. It's either our best friend or our worst enemy. Thank y'all for tuning in to STWF Studios. This is Slaughta FiT, and we out this.